It's time to give him glory.
Hi, I'm Bob Peck, and I'm an elder here at ZChurch, and I'm here to give God glory. I'm a landlord. That's my sole source of income. And 2 years ago, when the COVID pandemic started, the governor issued what they call an eviction moratorium, meaning nobody can evict anybody for any reasons anymore. And one of my tenants decided that'd be a good opportunity to just quit paying rent. And they did for about a year. One day, a year later, early in 2021, I was going over my statements and pondering things and realizing that tenant really hadn't paid a dime in a full year. But like, what good would it do to think about it or pay attention to it anyway, since there was nothing I could do? But something got a hold of me and got me to get up and go pace back and forth and pray in the Spirit for a while, until suddenly I heard words of bold authority and faith coming out of my mouth. And I told Satan that he's either going to get his people out of God's property or they're going to start paying rent. I issued Satan an eviction moratorium, or an eviction notice, in spite of the moratorium. And about 2 weeks later, I got my statement from the property management company, and guess what? That tenant started paying their rent. And I thought, wow, this is a victory. Even though I'm out the $10,000 they didn't pay for all of 2020, that was still a victory that they started to pay. And during this last year, well, they still didn't pay every month, but they paid most of the months, at least 2/3 or so of this last year, which, again, that's a victory to me, since there was nothing else I could do in the natural anyway. Well, now, just a few weeks ago, I was looking at my records again and noticed that, well, now that tenant hasn't been paying so much in the latter part of the year, starting, I think, kind of November, December, maybe January too, that they missed. There are 2 or 3 months in a row here that they hadn't paid. And you know, the nagging thought comes up in the back of the mind then that, I am not very good at this faith stuff. I guess it didn't work for me. It works for others. I guess it didn't work for me. I don't have enough faith or something. Thankfully, I didn't actually articulate those words. It was just the thing that comes up in the back of your mind. And so I just put it away for a little while. I thought maybe I should do something. Maybe I should write a letter to somebody. Maybe I should try to make something happen. But something kind of just came up in my spirit and said, no, just leave it alone. Just don't touch it. And thankfully, I didn't touch it. I just put it out of my mind. Okay, Lord, I'll just leave it with you for another month. And about 3 days later, I was online at my bank website doing online banking, and I looked at the rental account and I said, wait a minute, it's not supposed to be that much. And I thought, well, what's wrong? Maybe the management company deposited somebody else's rental income into my account, because that's way too much. And I checked with them to confirm my suspicions that what happened is that tenant got a hold of money. I don't know if they'd been storing their money in a cookie jar or if they applied for some government program, but all of a sudden, in one shot, they paid $10,000. So I told Satan that I'm going to start getting paid from here forward, but what God did was not only did I start getting paid in 2021, but now all of the income that I lost in 2020 got made back in one payment. And what little is missing from the last few months, well, that's going to come in too. I'm believing God, because I'm blessed and He provides, and I give Him glory.
ZChurch.life